Hey guys, Blazer King Gaming, and welcome to the first ever video on this YouTube channel. And I thought, what better way to get to know somebody who's doing Pokemon YouTube videos than just knowing his favorite Pokemon. So here you have it, my top 10 favorite Pokemon. Let's get into number 10. Number 10 is Sceptile. Sceptile is not very high on this list, but he's still here because I started with Generation 3. He wasn't my first Pokemon I chose because I played through this a lot, but I did choose him, and even though he's not my favorite Pokemon, he still is nice, and I also think his Mega's a little bit lame looking, but it's still cool how he gets the dragon type in his Mega form. Here's a really good picture of him. So yeah. And also, he's just, Ash's does help too, because Ash had a pretty awesome Sceptile. Like this right here. That's an awesome picture, so is that. So yeah, but as you know, he's not number 1. So let's see. Number 9 is Kyogre. Kyogre because simply he's the first legendary I ever caught as a kid, and his primal version made him look better, but I did choose Omega Ruby. Even though Sapphire was my first game, I chose Omega Ruby because I wanted to see how Groudon is, and he's not bad, but I just put Kyogre on this list because he was my first legendary I ever caught, or raised, or did anything with. That's a funny picture. And here's a good picture of both. Yeah, so but he of course still is not anything more than number 9, just beating Sceptile. But let's see, number 8 is Staraptor. I like Staraptor because I just think he's the coolest of the bears. And in Pixelmon, I also have one that's like even better than that one. Like, he looks even more cool than this one. And I beat a helper with it, actually. He helped me beat a helper when I used a bunch of, what's it called, Brave Birds. And he's also the first bird that could really learn Brave Bird, which is an amazing flying type. Oh, what the? Okay, this is what he looks like doing his Brave Bird, and that's him doing his combat. Yeah, I think it's really cool. But let's see, number 7. Number 7 is Torterra, and my headphones came off. That's great. So yeah, just wait for me to get my headphones back in. Wow, that sucks. Okay, so it's Torterra and Torterra. So my second game I ever got as a kid for Pokemon, of course, was it was Platinum. And I always just want to know, who should I pick in Slime? So anyways, in Platinum, I always just had trouble choosing between Turtwig and Chimchar. I used to pick Chimchar because he was a fire type, but now I would definitely pick Torterra. There's a couple like ads for what people think Mega Torterra looks like. I think that goes up pretty cool, and that is funny. So yeah, but let's see number 6. Number 6 is Swampert. What? Swampert? list already. Even though I have no idea what your number one's gonna be, why swap it? I said before he's not the only one I played. I played with all of them. I told you that, and I like them all. But Swampert came above Sceptile. And of course, Mega Swampert looks pretty tough, but I still pick him anyway. Okay, whatever. I'm still gonna just put him on this list if I want. This is my list. So I get to choose who I put on. And I choose Swampert. And Swampert is cool. And I don't like Sceptile as much as Swampert. I still like Sceptile, but I like Swampert better. Now we're into the top 5. And number 5 is Lucario. So these 5 Pokemon were extremely difficult to pick. And I'm just gonna say, if one of your favorite Pokemon is not on my list, don't be upset. Because I probably still like that Pokemon. Because I like most Pokemon. It's very difficult for me to find a Pokemon that I hate. But anyways, I recently started liking Lucario. Because I usually couldn't get a Lucario. But once I could get Lucario, nowadays I'm just like, yes, Lucario. And as soon as possible, I always get Lucario on my team. In fact, in my Pokemon Omicron, I have a really high level Lucario. I spent a lot of time training that guy, Ulu. A lot of time. Number 4 is Luxray. I picked Luxray here because back in my Platinum, so as I said before, I once picked all the standards in every game usually. But in my best Platinum, where I beat the champion, I chose Empoleon. And you're probably like, what does that have to do with this? Would Empoleon have to be here? No. Empoleon was not the leader of my team in that game. It was Luxray. Which now I find kind of funny because Empoleon looks like he's meant to be the leader of a team. But nope, not of mine. I choose Luxray. I just found a Shinx and I'm like, hey, that's a really cool Pokemon. It's an electric type too, awesome. And then when he evolved into this beast, Luxray, I'm like, yeah, Luxray. And since then I've always liked Luxray. I found out when I made this list, I put Luxray on twice. Yes, I put Luxray on twice. So that means we have to skip straight to number 2. Number 2, Flygon. I like Flygon because he's simply just awesome. Now, so I normally can't get a Flygon in my team, but ever since I've learned how, I've got one. And yeah, funny how I didn't know that this was the last form of Trapinch. But had I have known that, I would have definitely caught Trapinch and trained him up more. And that could be though why I actually didn't choose him for my number 1. But in Pixelmon, Flygon always helps. And here's a picture of Mega Flygon. Not an official Pokemon, but that's a pretty good drawing or something that we did. Number 1. Blaziken. Honestly though, how did you not see this coming? My username is Laser King Gaming. Of course I like Blaziken. And my profile picture is a Mega Blaziken. Seriously. Blaziken is the best Pokemon in my opinion. And Mega Blaziken just makes me like it even more. It also was my first ever Pokemon I ever got. And also, I just realized I have all 3 Power status in my showing that just because Blaziken isn't my favorite Pokemon doesn't mean I don't necessarily like the other 2. And also, in case you don't believe me that I put Luxray on twice, here. This was my entire list. And that is what my old YouTube logo looks like because I've given my friend that. So yeah, hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like. This is my first video, so I don't expect too much yet. But I hope if you did enjoy, please leave a like. Of course, like I just said, I just repeat myself. And also, tell me what Pokemon game you'd like me to play through up to Generation 3. I have an emulator. I think I'm gonna do a Fire Red Leaf Green playthrough because yeah, I like Leaf Green. I guess I've never played it, so yeah.